Alrighty.
Yo, it's politically...
Oh wait, we only have a 17-minute limit. Well, that's gonna be annoying. We have to delete stuff.
Okay, 17 minutes. Let's do this. Hi, my name is Hugh. This is Ron, and we are politically challenged.
We have to go. We have to go with that. We have to go with that, Hugh. We have to go with that. We have to go with
These are new times.
Okay, let's go.
So
Let's go.
our main topic, yeah.
Let's drop it like a thought now. Go.
It's heterophobia.
But
before that, we have to okay, so basically, I come to this guy's place, yeah. I'm on the train on
public
my way
transport
to
in London.
Yeah, so basically, I'm talking to another friend on my phone, you know, talking about my life and stuff, you know how it is, and then something catches my attention. The carriage to the right of me, I see through the window, I hear through the window a little scuffle going on between two white guys, middle-aged white guys, and one slightly middle-aged Asian guy. And then I switch from my carriage to the other carriage thinking, oh no, something bad is gonna happen. And then they were already scuffling. And then I'm trying to talk to the shorter guy who had previously grabbed the Asian guy, trying to scuffle with him. That's what I saw. I don't know who started it, but it seemed that the shorter guy might have started it for reasons I'll explain later. So I tried to tell this guy, I was like, dude, no one's going to be fighting here today. I didn't hit anybody. I didn't use any foul language. I was trying to make sure that nobody got, really hurt while making sure that I didn't get punched in the face as well. So that's why I didn't manage to record it. I'm sorry. If you've got whoever runs the cameras and footage of the TfL trains, if you've got it, please send it to me. Thank you very much. It's got my face on it, my little 2 seconds of fake heroism. So basically, I'm talking to this guy, yeah? I'm talking to these two middle-aged white dudes. I don't know their names, so I'm gonna describe them. The short guy who's got bald hair, yeah, and he's slim, kind of slim. He's saying his demeanor was a bit aggressive, but I knew he wasn't gonna try and fight me because I didn't do anything to him. I jump in the carriage. 2 seconds later, I'm looking at the Asian guy. I'm like, dude, what's going on? And then the short guy and the short white guy and the Asian guy, short guy's wearing a hoodie, Asian guy's wearing a suit and a coat. They're all like shouting at each other. Like the Asian guy's talking about how the white guy was giving him like racist remarks. This was after these people had left, but he was apparently the target of racist remarks. And the taller white guy that was trying to drag the other guy off the train, his friend, he said, "These are new times." And then,
ironically or unironically?
I don't, considering everything that's happening in this country, I'm not surprised that happened. It's just the first time that I've seen it. Like back in the day, they try and say, because of Brexit, racism has increased. And I'd always say, no, it's just more obvious. And I'd sit there and do nothing. I wouldn't. Now I see it. Oh God, I wish I recorded. I even tried calling somebody else. I'm like, did you? The guy I was on the phone with. I was like, did you get it? Did you get the footage? I have a call. Oh, I didn't record it. It wasn't recorded.
Your phone network will have it, but I think you have to get the police permission. Can we get a warrant for that record? Wait. Were you on the phone for the entire interaction?
Yes.
For the entire interaction?
Yes.
So someone...
Like my network service would have it somewhere. Like I would need to get it from them or find the footage from the train. Not to show my faux heroism, but just to... First of all, it was a hate crime. Those people were scuffling about. And then
an actual one, unlike Jesse Millett.
Yeah. It was like dozens of people. Basically, I'll start fresh because we don't have too much time. I switched carriages after telling the shorter white guy, there's no fighting, there doesn't need to be fighting. Then I join in the carriage so that I'm blocking the two white guys from the Asian guy. But to the left of me, apart from the two racist white guys, there was this other white guy. He was a bit... he had like gingerish hair, and the shorter white guy called the other white guy a ginger cunt. So he was disrespectful to the other white guy who was just standing in that carriage. He wasn't doing anything wrong, and then also to the Asian guy. So it was like all those people on the train, but apart from that, it was me, the Asian guy, the ginger guy who wasn't doing anything wrong, and the two white guys from outside. I don't even know what happened outside of that situation. I don't know whether those two men were already inside the train. I don't know whether they were just outside the train. According to the Asian guy that I spoke to afterwards before I got off to see this one, he said, oh, they were giving me racist remarks and I wasn't going to tolerate that. That's what he told me after the fact. But from what I saw, there was a scuffle between the two of them, and the taller white guy who had hair and glasses as opposed to the other one who was shorter and bald with no glasses. The taller guy was pulling off the shorter guy who was having a scuffle, a little grabbing each other's coats and stuff with the Asian guy. And to me, it seemed like a hate crime. You can comment below and say that I'm wrong or whatever. You can say, oh, maybe it had nothing to do with race. But the fact that, according to the Asian guy, if what he's saying is 100% the truth, then it's a hate crime. And also,
well, it's probably a hate altercation. It's probably it's probably the lowest form of just words being spelled out.
There was also a physical altercation as well.
You weren't there, but was it very tense when it was happening? Very tense. Like, did you feel the hostility?
Yeah, I felt the hostility. What are you talking about? Did I not just tell these people?
I know. The fact is,
I wasn't gonna get punched in the face, but anything could have happened. So
because one of the guys was short, the other guy was bigger than you. So
so the guy that
he could have taken you if he wanted to.
Yeah, the bigger guy could have taken me. The smaller guy maybe, because you seem like somebody who could fight. I don't do much fighting. But, I wasn't going to hurt anybody or hit anybody because A, it's illegal. B, I'd be, that it's recorded. And C, it would have only made the situation worse.
Yeah, you have to de-escalate these things. But so, like, you got off at my stop. Mm-hmm. Were there people still arguing as you left, or what happened?
No, the stop before your stop. They
got off.
The train went off and they were left behind.
Oh wait, so they wanted
the door kept the suspense. The suspenseful part was when the door kept opening and closing. I'm like, train driver, how are you not closing the door? It's like the guy left. They both stood outside the door. The door had closed. The door opens again. I'm like, bro, this guy won't be killed.
Or maybe the driver was singing, he's getting that feed. He was like, oh, I want to go viral. I want to go viral.
Mate.
Yeah, okay. So, you survived. That's good.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. This is probably a minor thing. So if even this became public, imagine this is on BBC London News tomorrow. Like, are you this black man? We need witnesses. We need testimony. Just imagine that. Oh wait, time recording. What's the date today?
It was about 7 o'clock.
No,
7 p.m.
What's the date today?
12th of April.
Okay, well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, if you get asked for an interview, you could talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
it's Friday the 12th of April, and it was around 7 p.m., so...
Alright, so, new time, so... Well, the title of this video is going to be talking about... do you want to go into tangent or you want to go back to this? I wanted to, go into this from a comical view, but, if anyone said the word heterophobia, it's the thing that gay people are apparently abusing straight people, in a sense that straight people are being prosecuted. So what I heard about before was just that homophobes use it as that's what, because if they be called homophobes, they say they're being called heterophobes. But the fact is they're the majority. Well, yeah. But sometimes I get annoyed with some TV shows here and there when they make characters gay. When I think in England, the UK, I think there's only 10% people who are gay. I mean, some people aren't open, and that's up to them and their family, and hopefully we get to a point where they're comfortable coming out. But it always gets me why do we have 5 gay characters and let's say in a cast of 30 people, when in real life that it doesn't line up. I mean,
it depends.
It always gets confusing.
It depends on who's writing it, who's producing it. If they are connected to that community, or if they are closely working with people that are, then you're more likely to have this want and need for diversity and representation of different groups.
Yeah, but isn't there a thing of over representation?
Perhaps you could argue that. I don't think it's too bad. It's kind of like with Empire. So the executive producers, they're liberals or black or gay or all of the above. So you'll have most of the cast members being black and most of the characters being black, and a few characters in that show are gay. So there'll be more gay characters in that show than there would be in an average group of people in real life.
No, I understand that. It's the situation in that community, in the creative industry, and I know in some shows we watched part of the show Pose, like we saw that guy dancing, that show. Yeah, I think it's
Pose, I think. Basically,
no, that's a gay community. That makes sense. It's sometimes
context
in that context.
Yeah, context that was a BBC show.
No, it's an American show, but
an American show about what?
A dancer or a transgender person? I don't know. We just
a bunch of people, including transgender prostitutes, a gay guy. One of them was trying to get into this prestigious ballet school, something like that, and a transgender adoptive mom or the caregiver was trying to help him get the audition, stuff like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's but again, you don't watch the Arrow shows, the Arrowverse shows, the Flash and all that stuff. But those are gay characters, and that's why people complain about Supergirl. But there's a transgender person but the actress is actually transgender. That makes sense. It's stuff I got annoyed. This kind of spoilers, it's not caught up on Arrow. They made his son gay, and I was like, but they made the Flash's daughter gay. I was like, it's not that common. That was yeah, that surprised me. They've made it's not that common. That's the thing that bothers me. Because they do the flash forwards to future character and past character. He's only a child at this point in the present timeline, but they made the old version of him gay. Can't we keep it arbitrary? He's just a child in the TV show. Children don't know. If the actor or whatever becomes gay later on, fair enough. But I don't we're getting to the point where we're overrepresenting. I don't mind. It's just
you believe in that there's overrepresentation.
No. In that context, it's a very.
But how does it relate back to heterophobia?
Well, that was just a title. Okay,
but
because homophobia people tend to say that they being abused in that sense. But I don't say I'm agreeing with it. It's just that I think we've talked about this before. As I was younger, I was fairly conservative, and then watching Hollyoaks and different shows, I became less and less homophobic. I probably have some underlying homophobic beliefs that they'll probably there'll be a point when I'm completely all of it's gone. And you told me about how in black culture there's some ingrained homophobia as well. You are not homophobic, but you do understand that there's a learning curve everywhere. We talked about the Kevin Hart thing, and I said it doesn't matter if he said those homophobic remarks before. It's just whether or not he still has those views. If he still has those views, you can argue why he does not host the Oscars. We can't have someone like that still.
I feel like heterophobia, I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but it's part of a bigger problem. So I'm going to make a few quick examples of heterophobia.
We only have 2 minutes. Go.
Number one, breather. Sorry, not breather, breeder. So, I remember watching this program about gay people, and apparently a heterophobic slur is breeder. So, because straight people... breeder. Yeah, breeder. I'm confusing it with, this other show. Breeder, because straight people, they obviously breed and make more people, yeah? And that's the origin of the slur. So, if somebody that isn't straight calls a straight person a breeder, that's... in a bad way, that's supposed to be a slur, reflecting the fact that they can procreate naturally. And another example is, let's see, actually, what was the name of the show I'm referring to? Cucumber, I think it was. It was created by Russell T Davies.
Oh yeah, the tofu banana.
Yeah, that one.
Oh yeah, you were loving that show. I never saw that.
No, he did a similar thing a decade ago, but way before he did Doctor Who. I think
Okay, go back to the show again.
But basically, that's one example. Another example, and I'll refer it to a bigger problem. Taking the mick out, or making fun of, or being discriminatory towards people that you think have a greater advantage or greater privilege within society. So I'll give you one example. There was a bloke that we both know. You've met him. I won't name him. If you're smart, you'll figure it out. If you haven't followed me on Facebook, he told me that he went to the doctors to talk about his depression, and his doctor was or GP, whatever, was a woman of color, and she went and legitimately asked him, You're a straight white male. What do you have to be depressed about? That in itself, not only is it medically not negligent, not only is it asinine, but it's racist, heterophobic, and sexist. Presuming that he's a male who's white and straight, so he has nothing to worry about in life, nothing that would depress him.
I wanted to get this point really quickly. I want to talk about another thing,
Okay,
but I'll
go
talk
on.
about this quickly. Trevor Noah talked about how like there's a white privilege in America because like because of slavery and like hundreds of years of like slavery, Black Americans weren't allowed to like have property, this and that. So even though they're poor Americans, white Americans, they have an advantage of like their credits better because of family lineage and whatnot. So that's why representations happen, like because of the disadvantages that they've been born with. It's not something that white people can control, but it has to be counterbalanced. I understand. That's kind of like some of the pay gap.
Reparations, I'd love to talk about that in a future episode. I don't have much storage, so I gotta work that out.
And
So,
quick
go on.
thing, Stephen Merchant. A while ago, like I remember the podcast, the Ricky Gervais show. He was talking about like, I'll tie this in. Basically, Carl Pickner saying why is a motorcycle helmet useful? Like why is it legal when people should have it anyway? But he said Stephen Merchant said because that's not the victim. Like if you don't make it legal, no one's gonna have to do it. So now I'm gonna tie it into making like whether it's illegal to be gay or not. So Stephen Merchant and Carl Pilkington in the Ricky Gervais show, they would talk about motorcycle helmets and basically helmet. Carl Pilkington was finding it strange that it's a legal requirement for people to have motorcycle helmets, but Stephen Merchant said that they're not the victims and like children are victims and whatnot. So you have to make it legal for them to have helmets, otherwise they'll die. And when coming with homophobia, is that in certain countries where it's illegal to be gay, when they go abroad to countries like here, they'll get bombarded and stuff. And we talked about echo chambers. They won't be able to cope with the actual image of men together.
So what you're
together.
saying is you don't have to tell people in this country don't ride without a helmet because it's obvious. But with the Brunei situation, they're telling people you can't be gay or you're getting stoned to death. But if they go to places like America or the UK and they see people being openly gay, they're going out of their echo chamber, out of their homophobic cocoon, and they will be unprotected from the truth.
They're unprotected. They have no helmet to actually condition them. That's the analogy. It's not the best analogy, but you get it. And we're out of time.
Okay. It's bye from Ron.
Bye from here.